Okay, we will call the meeting to order, and if we can stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the notice requirements of the open public meeting law for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the notice having been sent to the Asbury Park Press and the Coaster and filed in the office of the Township Clerk on July 21st, 2023. There is an emergency exit through the courtroom doors and 2 exits at the rear of the room. There will be no smoking, no new cases will be started after 10 o'clock p.m., and no new testimony taken after 10:30 p.m. In addition, the applicant will be limited to 45 minutes of testimony. All meetings will be video and audio taped and shown on the Township of Ocean's Community Cable Channel, Channel 22 on Verizon Fios, and Channel 77 on Cablevision. All cell phones must be turned off, or if you need to make a call, please make your call outside the meeting room. We have a resolution memorialization for the Elon High School Incorporated, Block 207, Lots 1 and 8, 1200 Roselle Avenue, Ocean Zone R4, and
there are 2 resolutions, one for the D3 in bulks, and the second one for the site plan.
okay, and I will offer. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Claire, will you please call the roll?
This is for both, and it whoever voted in favor of it.
Delomo,
Yes.
Ashkenazi,
Yes.
DeGenero,
Yes.
Kaplan, Lineski,
Thank you.
I just said that.
I just,
Puglielli, and Chairwoman Deal.
yes. And if we can please call the roll, Claire? Apologies for that.
Fuller,
Here.
Delomo,
Here.
Littman,
Here.
Ashkenazi,
Here.
DeGenero,
Here.
Kaplan, here, Puglielli,
Here.
Chairwoman Deal.
Yes, here. Okay, and the denial of the bulk variance, Abraham and Margaret Moseri, Block 76, Lot 2, 491 South Edgemere Drive, West Allenhurst, Zone R5. And will someone offer?
I'll offer. I'll second.
Okay, Claire?
Who offered? Yes. That's where the
Fuller, how do you want, Delomo,
Yes.
Ashkenazi,
You can't vote. Right.
Did you vote? Did you vote on it?
Yes, but I voted
You
For.
voted against the denial,
Yeah.
so
Against
you
the
do
denial.
not memorialize.
correct.
I'm sorry.
Only those voting in favor.
DeGenero,
Yes.
Lineski, and Chairwoman Deal.
Yes.
Pardon me? Yeah, that's fine. You can memorialize, by municipal land use law, as little as 1 person. You only had 1 person here tonight that voted on that application. The 1 is sufficient for memorialization. They do that because we may not get the same quadre a month later. So 1 vote is 3 is better than 1, so you're fine. I think we need to swear in our reappointed members or extended members. Okay?
Yes.
So we got Puglielli and DeGenero. If you guys would stand up and raise your right hand and read the oath in front of you.
I, Anthony DeGenero, do solemnly swear to support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that I'll bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people. I do further solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the position of the member of the Zoning Board of Adjustment of the Township of Ocean according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Thank you. And just pass this round. Congratulations, I guess.
I have to say, I think that was the most in sync it has ever. and I'm sure they did not
I lost a
practice.
little bit there at the end.
The pay doesn't go up, it stays the same. So.
Okay, the following cases will be carried to November 16th, 2023, to be held in the Public Meeting Room Municipal Building Deal in Monmouth Roads in Oakhurst. Jack Ashkenazi, Block 11.01, Lot 3, 1036 Norwood Avenue, Ocean. Sorora Land Development, Block 22, Lots 85 and 85.01, 280 Norwood Avenue, Ocean. Memo Investments, LLC, Block 7, Lot 51, 44 Monmouth Road, Oakhurst. Tamara Dulbras, Block 33.23, Lot 2, 1901 Waverly Street in Oakhurst. Solomon Abadi, Block 63, Lot 7, 511 Monmouth Road, West Allenhurst. Isaac and Michelle Michon, Block 8.01, Lot 20, 5 Tulip Court in Oakhurst.
All those will be carried without any additional notice or publication required.
Yes. Okay, our first case is Jason Tetch, Block 180, Lots 1 and 2, 1900 Sunset Avenue, Ocean, Zone R6. Applicant seeks approval to demolish an existing covered porch and garage and construct a new covered porch and new garage. The proposed driveway is conforming, however, the dwelling does not meet the required front yard setbacks on both Sunset Avenue and Laurel Avenue. A rear shed with pad had been placed without the benefit of permits, as well as the wood and chain link fence. And Mr. Tesh, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Tage.
Tate. Okay. So, Mr. Tate, if you can raise your right hand, and do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes.
Okay. And I will turn it over to our professionals, Mr. Higgins, and then Mr. Pavlik.
I will read my report
Okay.
on this one.
Get the packet marked in as
Yes.
E1. Claire, when you get to it, E1 for the packet. Take it away.
Okay. My report's dated September 19th. The applicant seeks approval to demolish an existing covered porch and garage and construct a new covered porch and new garage. There's variances necessary for the front yard setback. The ordinance requires a minimum 30 feet. The plan proposes 20.17 feet to the porch steps facing Laurel Avenue, 24.7 feet to the covered porch facing Laurel Avenue, 26.41 feet to the covered porch facing Sunset Avenue, and 28.53 feet to the garage, which sounds like a lot, but overall, the proposed setbacks are an improvement over what currently exists. The existing porch is set back 21.14 feet, and the application improves this to 24.7 feet. The existing unsightly garage is set back 13.94 feet from Laurel Avenue and is being removed. The proposed garage, which is set back 28.53 feet from Laurel Avenue, is both an aesthetic and functional improvement and is set back approximately 4 feet behind the new porch and 7.5 feet behind the existing porch. So I think those setbacks are all an improvement. There's a minimum rear yard setback required for the new garage. That yard, while it's technically a rear yard, it functions more as a side yard. It's set back 30 feet is required for a rear yard setback. The garage is set back 15.64 feet. And again, I don't have a significant concern because the side yard setback is 10 feet. So and it really functions more as a side yard, though technically it's a rear. There are some things on the plan that need to be addressed. The zoning officer had a number of comments. One thing I noticed that the architectural site plan shows the entire east wing of the building as being 2 stories, but the existing and proposed architectural plans show the front of that wing is 1 story. So the site plan should be revised accordingly to avoid confusion in the future. The zoning officer had 2 comments. One is that the rear shed with brick paver is shown on both the side side plans?
Site.
Should be site plans and topographic survey. It appears both structures have been placed on the property without the benefit of permits. Additionally, both structures are within the required side and rear yard setbacks. The shed must meet the required 5-foot side and rear setbacks, and the pad must meet the required 10-foot setbacks. This should be addressed, she's asking. Second, there's a wood and chain link fence is shown on both the site plan and the topographic survey, although in different locations, and I'll describe that in a minute. It appears the fencing has been placed on the property without the benefit of a permit. This should be addressed by the applicant, as well as provide the height and the exact location of the fencing. With regard to the fencing, the survey shows the fence running from the west side of the house directly to the west to meet the fence on the west side property line. But the architectural site plan shows an existing fence running in the front of the residence rather from the side of the house, and connecting with the front of the house east of the front door and the walkway. So there's a discrepancy there that needs to be described, and with the architect here, I'm sure that will be described adequately for the board. As far as the variances go, I don't have a substantial problem with any of the variances.
Okay. Mr. Pavlik.
We prepared a letter dated September 13th. We have two comments on here. The first being more than 200 square feet is being disturbed, so a grading plan would be required. We recommend if any approval be granted, that this be a condition of approval. Second comment, it looks like the driveway width down at the apron is being reduced from 27 feet down to 9 feet. We recommend reducing the depressed curb and depressed sidewalk to match that new driveway width.
Okay. Mr. Taish,
Yes.
if you can tell us about your plans and if you can address the covered porch, the height and exact location of the fence. Just tell us about your
Sure.
plans.
Sure. First off, to address the concerns about the fence and the shed, I have pictures from when I first purchased the property in 2016 that shows the location of the shed and the fence already being there previously. They've also been noted on the permit that I got when I redid the driveway, and I didn't hear anything about it at that time. Both of those structures were there previously. The chain link fence, I believe, is actually my neighbor's. You can see in the photos that I'll pass that. It's actually attached to the retaining wall, which is my neighbor's retaining wall. His whole pool is lifted probably 4 or 5 feet. So that whole chain link fence, I believe, is his. I don't believe that's mine. The wooden fence, like I said, was there previously, and we repaired sections of it that were damaged because over time they'd worn down, but it's in the same location and height that it was at the time when I purchased the property in 2016.
What year, 2016?
In 2016, correct.
Okay.
Is
Is the wood fence run in front of your house or go from the side of the house out? To
Oh, the
property
fence,
line?
the fence along Sunset, we removed that,
Oh,
and
okay.
my contractor, without me knowing, had just placed up a gate because he had tools and we had equipment during the project.
Okay.
So, that fence along Sunset is totally removed. It's
Okay.
originally on the architectural plans, but
Yeah,
that,
okay.
because we used the same survey, when we
Yeah,
did the
okay,
addition.
so, well, then Don, when he gets up to testify, but he can say he will adjust the plan accordingly.
the shed, is it in a conforming location?
No, it's not. And the zoning officer basically, if it's been there for a while, what the boards have done in the past is approve it to be where it is right now, but that if it ever has to be replaced, it should be relocated to a conforming location.
Okay, it should be 5 feet, and I see
Yeah,
it's
5 feet,
2.9
yeah.
and
Yes.
0.04.
Yes, 0.05
Well, 2.9.
and
That's
0.5 and 0.5.
That's a side yard?
The side yard's 0.5 and the rear, you know what? Okay, no, it's 2.9 and 2.91, I think it is. Yeah, the 0.5 is.
You
the
can
fence.
walk around it on all sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently the chain link fence is, well, maybe your neighbor's, it's on your property.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, his retaining wall then is on my property, which is
that
not,
rear
which is
yard
not a
line?
problem I wanna pay for.
This
but
is the
yeah.
rear,
Where's the, but
This
even
is
though
the
this is
side.
that's
Yep.
the street, is there two rear
two
streets?
streets.
Yeah, it's on the corner of
Sure,
Laurel
you
and
get two
Sunset.
rears then?
No, no, It's for the architectural rear of the building defines the rear yard.
So which one is which is the side?
The side is 2.9,
Okay,
and the rear looks like it's might be 2.9 also.
It's on my chart.
It's on your chart?
On my chart.
Oh, okay. 2.97 is the rear.
okay. And they were existing, and they were, if the board
Yes,
approves it, we have a condition that if it's destroyed or taken down voluntarily, it needs to be replaced in a conforming location.
Okay. Okay. Anything else, Mr. Higgins or Mr. Pavlik?
Those are all my comments.
Okay.
What do we do
Um,
with the fence that's on his property up on somebody else?
it's his fence, but I mean, it appears to be a legal fence,
Illegal?
a legal fence.
Because it exists.
Yeah, yes, but it's
Okay.
there. I mean, if it's on his property, well, his neighbor may have put it there, it's now your fence.
Yeah, yeah. Would you like to, should I pass the pictures around? Should I submit that?
And can
Are
we
both
mark?
the same?
These are all the same that shows the fence and the shed from when I bought the property.
Okay, so let's mark this as, are we marking the plans as anything?
The board packet?
Well, they're in the board packet, right?
Yeah,
The plans.
yeah.
So this is, this would be A1, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And this is the, you can pass it to everybody. I'll give this to Claire. This would be A1, today is 10, 19,
19.
23. And this is the fence and the shed.
Yeah.
I think the shed is oversized too.
And all of those are from 2016? All the photos?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
the timestamp from my camera when I took it that shows the time when I took it.
December 3rd, 2016.
Okay.
And so, Mark, these are all items that, Mark, these are all items that don't actually have anything to do with the application that the applicant
Well-
brought in. These are just,
When they
I'll call
come
them
up to the
gotcha
zoning
type things
officer,
because
she
he-
notes these things, and then we
Yeah.
need to see, maybe he put it up last week, that's,
Yeah.
but he's saying it's okay, so we can approve the fence to stay and approve the shed to stay.
yeah.
That will cover it in the resolution. But again, if that comes down, if the fence comes down, it
Yeah.
has to be,
Yeah, well, the fence looks to be conforming.
but it has to be, it's not in a conforming location.
Yeah, it is,
Oh, okay,
it is.
okay, so, all right.
Okay. Mr. Tate, you have a witness?
Yes, I'd like to call my architect Don Passman.
Okay. Mr. Passman, you've appeared before us. We will accept. Please. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Do
Yes,
you
I
affirm to?
testified before the board before.
Okay. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Just a couple items from Mr. Higgins' report. Thank you, Jim. In the comments section, he mentioned the architectural site plan shows the entire east wing of the building is 2 stories. It is. It's a 2-story piece on the east. It says 2 stories on my site plan. The porch is 1 story.
Okay,
There was an
Okay.
addition put on a couple years ago, a year or so ago, that was 2 stories. It's a smaller 2-story, but it's still 2-story.
okay.
Then there's a 1-story porch now that we're removing because it's ugly, and it connects in with this very bad garage. And we're putting the porch all the way across. I'll show you the elevations in the plan. And then the garage is off to the side.
Okay.
So given all those other setback issues, it's a 2-story structure with a 1-story open, covered, columned porch facing east, which is the front yard. The fences have been described, and I think they're accurate. There was a fence there in the front on the Sunset Avenue side, which is now removed, which I will change on my plan. There's also a fence on the west side of the house, to the west side property line, which I can show. I think there's a gate in there as well, 6 feet high. So we can correct our plan accordingly.
Don, I need you to grab this black microphone or try to attack that one because we're not picking you up well. Try the bottom of it, pal.
Testing.
There we go.
Hello? Okay, sorry. So we will correct the site plan to show the proper fences, etc., and maybe their height and so forth. So we can do that.
Yeah, Don, do you have your elevations there?
Yes, I do.
Because I'm looking at your east elevation.
I have all
And
plans and elevations.
It looks like there's a one-story section that juts out.
Well,
Yeah, go get the elevation first. Okay. Now look at your east elevation. And what's that one-story thing that's jutting out on
This is the
the?
garage.
No, the left side, the right side, your right side,
Yes,
not
I
that.
know.
Yeah,
That is part of the original house that's one story.
that's what I'm saying.
There is a
Yeah.
portion that's one story.
What? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, that's what has me confused, because the,
yes, that, I'm sorry. I'm
yeah,
correct.
yeah,
That
okay.
small portion, which probably was a porch at one time.
Yeah, it might be.
It's one
It just-
story, not
yeah.
changing, didn't change ever from.
Yeah, so I just think that needs to be corrected on the
Okay.
plan, yeah, okay.
Okay, Don, please, you gotta get this mic, buddy, because they're not picking you up. It's not gonna go far. That's it. That's it. Told you, that's it.
Maybe he's on the way.
There it is.
College education takes you really far.
Okay, back on. Here we go. So this portion is what we're talking about is really one story portion.
Yeah,
As far as the plan goes, the site plan shows it pretty well, but it's a lot. There's a lot of lines. So on the first floor plan, there's a new porch that's running all the way across. Previously, there was a garage that poked way out here, and there was a really two-level covered porch here that was not very well done. So it's all being cleaned up. This porch wraps around, connects in with the 1.5 story garage, which my client is going to use as a garage. And there's a loft space up above for material storage and so forth. I mean, the shed's very small, so he gets a little more storage out of that. It connects in with the house that we put this addition on a year or so ago. And so now the house on 2-story level maintains this 2-story portion. Here's the 1-story piece that we're talking about. There's the piece that was added to the west, and here's the roof of the garage. And in elevation, we gain a much cleaner elevation. There's a porch running all the way across, just below the windowsills, comes across, wraps around, so guests can walk up here and go to the backyard. And then there's the 1-car garage with some windows up there, gives some light into this attic space, and also gives it aesthetics. That's really the architecture part of it. And I think the bottom line is that we're pulling out this entire piece of garage, which used to be only 13 feet from the front property line. The driveway is such, and this is addressing the comments there, there's these 2 very nice decorative trees right on the property line, adjacent to, if you went straight, you'd knock one of them out. So the idea is leave the existing apron and just swing around and go to the garage. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal to leave that one throat there of a 1-car apron in order to maintain these nice trees. What are they? Cherry trees, that's what I thought. The other thing is, as part of the condition, and there was some letter somebody wanted me to write, that this front walkway is coming out because you can see where the dotted line is, that used to be the porch coming out further than the proposed porch, and there was a walkway that went to it, and that's not going to happen anymore. There was some other conditions that were written.
And overall, it looks like it's a substantial improvement, both in terms of the setbacks and aesthetics. And
That was the intent, yes. In the zoning officer's report, they wanted me to write a letter saying that Sunset Avenue is the front. So dealing with the fence, the Sunset Avenue is the architectural front of the house. So that's true. The sidewalk running east-west in the front is going to be removed, and it says so on my plan. The porch facing Laurel Avenue on the north side of the garage is to be removed, including posts of the roof of the porch. Yeah, of course. We're removing that old porch, of course, here. It says the entrance door to the porch from the living room is to be removed and replaced with a window to match the existing window in the dining room. Now that in site plan is over here. And originally we were going to remove the door, but then as we went through the design process a little further, we realized that in the front porch, we needed a door to get to the porch. Now, you can get at it from the side of that porch and the wraparound, but we wanted to keep that one here. So I don't know why that's a problem. It still looks like the front of the house. It looks even better with a door than not a door, in my opinion. So that is addressing that zoning. I don't know if the zoning official has any comments on that. As far as the last thing from CME about the grading plan, I did have a topo. I did place the site plan on a topo thing, and there's not much change in topo at all. I can present that to you if you want more help with that. We can get Mr. Sermon, who did the topo survey, to do a grading plan if that's what you prefer.
That would just be a requirement if you were approved for the township engineer.
Okay,
200 square feet.
so we can have Mr. Sermon do an engineering plan showing grading and drainage. I mean, that's all I have. If you have any questions about the plans, the site plan, the fences, let me know.
Mr. Higgins, that was the last one on your comment section about the entrance door. So is that okay?
What?
The last one, he addressed the sidewalk, the porch, and that was the last comment, I believe.
That was from
That's from
Ms.
the zoning
Maloney.
officer, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry,
That's
from
okay, yeah. You know, I don't have a problem with the door.
okay. Any questions from the board?
I just get our engineer to comment on maintaining the driveway apron at its current width. That's what you're asking, right?
We're asking to maintain it at the width that it is, so we don't lose those pear trees.
What's the width?
9.97
I think the current width is like 27 feet.
Yeah, so you're saying we reduce the
Oh,
width?
he wants to reduce the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's proposed, or it's existing at 9.92 feet.
9.7.
Well, the existing one the existing one is like 27 feet. So we're reducing it because we don't need all that driveway where the garage used to be.
Yeah, well, I think that's what he's saying.
You want,
No, on the apron, Don, he wants to shrink the apron too.
He wants-
If you're shrinking the driveway,
oh, you want to just cut the apron back? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense. Sure, we'll do that. I thought you meant to match up with the new driveway.
No.
Okay, got it.
It is.
Okay, any questions from the board?
To be shrunk. So that those conditions. Okay.
Okay, questions from the public? Motion to close the public hearing?
I'll move to close the public.
There's- Okay, Claire, please call the roll.
Fuller,
Yes.
Paloma,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Ashkenazi,
Yes.
DeGenaro,
Yes.
Kaplan, yes. Fujielli,
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes. Okay, we offer regarding the front yard setback, rear yard setback, and a condition regarding the fence in the shed.
I'll move for positive resolution and the condition of the apron also.
I'll second that.
Fuller,
Yes.
Paloma,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Ashkenazi,
Yes.
DeGenaro,
Yes.
Kaplan, yes. Fujielli,
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Mr. Tate. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Next case, excuse me, Antonios Koutsabous, Block 38, Lot 95, 4 William Lane, Ocean Zone R2. Applicant seeks approval to construct a rear addition within the required rear yard setback. Minimum rear yard setback 40 feet required, 27.6 feet proposed. Other provisions and requirements are met or exist. And Mr. Koutsabous, am I saying that correctly? Okay, if you can raise your right hand, do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And I believe you
I'm
have
the applicant and engineer,
engineer, okay. And tell me your name again, please.
Michael de Blasio.
And have you testified before us?
Here, yes, I have,
Okay.
2 months ago.
Okay, I thought you looked familiar. Okay, if you can raise your right hand, do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes.
Okay. And we're gonna mark the packet. B1. And Mr. Higgins, and then Mr. Pavlik.
Okay, I'll summarize. The applicant's proposing to construct a 436 square foot addition. In the rear yard, the ordinance requires a 40-foot setback. The addition is set back 27.6 feet. The rear yard actually abuts a very large piece of open space that was created as part of the subdivision. So I really don't have a big problem with the addition as proposed. It provides adequate light, air, and open space, and it's a nice addition to the house. The one comment I do have is that lot 90 behind the site is the open space lot. I believe it's owned by the township, and there are a number of structures that extend onto lot 90 from this lot, which should be removed because they're not supposed to be on that lot. Other than that, I don't have a problem with the application.
Okay, Mr. Pavlik?
We have two comments for this. The first being on the plans, there are some details for paving and driveway repair. I'm not sure if that's actually proposed or not.
It's not.
Okay. The other being, we had some questions about the calculations for buildable lot area, building coverage, and impervious coverage.
Fix that.
We want some clarification on those.
Okay. Ready?
So per,
Okay. Right, so we, I think last time I was here, we kind of went through the building lot area and how we calculate the impervious coverage and building coverage. And doing that with my last application, I came and fixed this before the board. We came up with a BLA of 13,615, which is 75% of the lot area. And with that, based on the lot coverage of 75%, we have 21%, I'm sorry, 75% allowed, 38.8% proposed, and building coverage of 22% allowed, and we have 21% proposed based on that BLA.
that matches what our calculations.
Okay, thank you. Glad to get this one right.
Okay.
Do you need to amend the plans to show that?
They are amended. These were amended and resubmitted in August. So we should have, and it's stated zoning chart correction is the revision on 9/14/23 with my initials on it. They were submitted in July, but I don't think they ever made it to either the engineer or the board, because when you did your review, you noticed it was wrong, and I had submitted it, but we put a new date on it for you now. So that was in September.
Okay, Mr. Kutsubos, if you can tell us about your the reasons for the variance, why you need them.
So the reason for the variance is that I grew up in Ocean, born and raised, and would like to stay here. My wife and I, took over the house from my mother, who passed away a few years ago, and we want to, make it a little bit more of a better master bedroom living space for ourselves. We don't have any children, so that's really the prime focus of our room. We do have guests that come and stay with us, so the other bedrooms are adequate. We're not looking to add any additional bedrooms or living space other than making our bedroom a little bit bigger and renovating the bathroom that's there, just to bring it up to date. So that was the intent. So that we, instead of knocking a house down and having to build a new one, we took the what we thought would be the easier route, and without changing the look of the house and of the neighborhood, because that neighborhood was built, from what I understand, in the 70s, and there's a few ranches that look similar to ours, and the colonials look very similar. So try to keep it within what the what neighborhood looks like. So it's just going back with the bedroom.
Okay. And the items or structures that are on lot 90, those items have to be removed. Are
I'm
you
not
aware
sure.
of the items?
So
One of them looks like it's kind of part of
So
this lot.
all there's trees and bushes, and all we did was put like bricks around to create a border around it, just for make it look nice.
Yeah, that's what it looks like on the plan. And it's really, it's something I.
Yeah, they're
I
structures.
pointed out, it'd be an issue between the applicant and the township, because it's the township's property. I thought it would be cleaner if the board made a condition of approval that those structures be removed, because they're not allowed to be there, unless he can work
No,
out
it's-
some sort of an easement with the township to allow them there.
Yeah, it is it's an easement now currently in the township. That lot is part of an easement.
I believe so. I think there's like a line or like a drain line or a sewer line or something that passes through there.
That's
but
not the easement he's talking about.
Oh,
The
okay.
easement has to do with allowing those structures.
Right. So just to be clear, they're not. My surveyor threw brick wall on there. It's a brick laying around a
It's
tree,
two
a
bricks
bed.
high, just
It's
making a
yeah.
border
We're not.
around
We
it.
didn't build a retaining wall, a planter, but they can be removed by hand.
Yeah.
They can be removed by hand. No problem.
Township property.
Okay.
Just to keep it cleaner.
No problem. That'll be
Not a
shown on
big
the
deal.
final survey.
Thank you.
And just to clarify a couple things on the home, so we do have a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home, 2-bathroom home right now. It is remaining to be, well, it's 1.5 currently. It's going to be still a 3-bedroom. We're not increasing bedroom. It's only 430 square foot of the addition. It is off the back of the house because that's where their current bedroom, where it allows. Obviously, we couldn't come forward. We couldn't go to the side without either variances. So this is the least disruptive space to put the addition. There's no grading changes. There won't be any disruption of neighboring properties on drainage. It's a very large lot. And like Mr. Higgins said, behind it is township-owned grass, basically. And then behind that backs up to commercial Heron construction on Asbury Avenue. So, we don't expect building in between, our house, our property and that construction property either way.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
Just for clarity, so it's 2 brick walls, right? I see 2 of them, so we would remove
Yeah,
both of them, correct?
again, it's nothing. It's just a border.
Okay.
It's gone. Take it out tomorrow.
Okay, any other
My wife
questions?
doesn't like it
I
anymore.
gotta build it first.
Then it's definitely gone.
It's now it's
Okay.
gone. It's done.
Boy.
My mother put it there.
Tell her it was my idea.
Are we gonna use the same siding and the same roof
Same exact thing.
match? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the roof height doesn't go up. The ridge stays below. And apologies on the initial front sheet. There was an architect trying to do a site plan, threw a bunch of things out there, and happens.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Questions from the public? Okay, motion to close the public hearing.
I'll offer.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Claire?
Fuller,
Yes.
Delomo,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Ashkenazi,
Yes.
DeGenero,
Yes.
Kaplan. Yes. Fujielli,
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes. Okay, and if someone will offer regarding the rear yard setback?
I'll offer positive resolution.
I'll second.
Okay.
Fuller.
Fuller,
Yes.
Delomo,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Ashkenazi,
Yes.
DeGenero,
Yes.
Kaplan. Yes. Fujielli,
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes. Okay, best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Next case, Keith Garlick, Block 129, Lot 22, 1313 Garvin Avenue, Ocean, Zone R6. Applicant seeks approval for a second floor addition with a half-story above, a one-story rear mudroom addition, and to expand the covered front porch. The dwelling pre-existing non-conforming and does not meet the required front yard setback. The expansion of the covered front porch and second floor addition with half-story above further extends the non-conformity. And did I pronounce that Garlick?
Garlic, yeah.
Garlick. If you can raise your right hand, do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Okay, and we are going to mark the packet and hear from our experts.
And I'll summarize too. It's a very short report, but I will summarize. And basically, he just wants to go up with along the existing setbacks. The setbacks aren't being increased. He is making the porch wider. It's 24 feet wide across the front of the house now, and he's making it 7 feet wider, so it'll be 31 feet wide, but maintaining the same setback that's there now. So essentially, he's just trying to raise raise the house so you have more space on the second level. There is a comment by the zoning officer that just the attached garage is non-conforming. It doesn't meet the required side and rear setbacks, similar to the last application with the shed. So if it's ever to be structurally altered, enlarged, or rebuilt, variances would be required.
Okay.
She has no problem with it staying there.
So the footprint is not changing.
No, no.
Okay, Mr. Pavlik?
We have no major engineering concerns with this application.
Okay. So Mr. Garlick, if you can just tell us about your reasons and the
Yeah,
need
so
for it.
we purchased the house 2019, closed April 2020, so COVID had happened in that time. Both working in New York City, we moved from Jersey City. We just gave birth to a 2-month-old yesterday. She turned 2. Thank you. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and now we both work from home, so that turned into a 1-bedroom, 2 offices. So we just need more space, basically, and it's kind of our dream home. And we have lots of friends in the neighborhood, so we'd rather not sell and move. So
Okay.
go up. So we try to do something that fits the neighborhood and
Okay.
doesn't look out of place.
And any questions from the board?
Was the garage there when you bought the house?
Yeah, it's probably from the 30s.
Any other questions?
And we're going to match the addition to the existing siding and roof color and
Yeah,
the match.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions? Questions from the public? Motion to close.
Make motion to close.
I'll second.
Okay, Claire. I'm sorry. Yes.
I made a motion.
Yes.
I made the motion.
Yes.
Palumbo,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes.
Ashkenazi,
Yes.
Dejanero,
Yes.
Kaplan, yes. Tuccielli,
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes. Okay, and will someone offer?
I'll offer for positive resolution.
Fuller,
Yes.
Palumbo,
Yes.
Goodman,
Yes.
Ashkenazi,
Yes.
Dejanero,
Yes.
Kaplan, yes. Tuccielli,
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes. Okay, best of luck and
Thank you, appreciate
congratulations
it.
again.
Have a good night.
And a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
One more?
Why are you also